everyone, it's Dawn here and welcome. And today what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. I'm going to do a project, in fact it's going to be a greeting card, made from the May Papercraft Society Box. This is May 2021 or 2021. And I'm going to use the stamps, or some of them. I'm going to use a few of the dies, and I'm going to do a little bit of everything from this box. So I'm just going to put it to one side and show you what I've already done. I have used the embossing folder, which is this beautiful cascading hearts, and this month the May box was made by the wonderful Katie Skilton. She's a fantastic designer, and you can subscribe to the Papercraft Society over at craftstash.co.uk if you're interested, and I will link all of this in the description box down below. So back to our project, and I have used this wonderful cascading hearts embossing folder, as I said, to create the front of this card. And what I did, I just used my, there were watercolour pencils, or a watercolour pencil, just to give some colour. And this is quite a deep, it embosses quite deeply. It's a fantastic folder. But I did use watercolour pencil, but I didn't put any water on it. I used it as a dry pencil. So that's how I got that effect. And I used one of the stamps. I used Live Life in Full Bloom. And this is the bit that I cut out, and I just stamped it on the middle there, like that. And the reason it might look a bit dark, if it looks a little bit dark, I do apologise. It's because I'm filming quite late at night. I meant to do this earlier on during the day, but just for one reason or another didn't get the chance. So there we go. So we'll carry on anyway and hope it's not too dark. Now let's start putting this thing together. From the stamps, this stamp and die set is very clever. I'm going to bring it over here. Now, let's just pop the card out of the way for a second. It doesn't come on a magnet sheet. I put it on a magnet sheet, as I believe a lot of crafters do. And they're also available from Craft Stash, separately of course. And this die set, this circle, and this, well this actually, it's a wreath die actually. And it will cut out, if I can pick it up, I'll just cut my nails. It will cut out this wreath here, this floral wreath here. And what I've done, I'll show you, I'll bring the card back. Pop that up there out the way and bring that back into the centre. What I've done, I've stamped and cut out the wreath, and I've used just my coloured pens, and I'm going to put that over there like that. And on the back, which I should have mentioned, but I'll show you again in a minute, I've got some just ordinary foam tape which I've cut into little bits. Now I'll show you the other thing that I've used, or one of the other things that I've used. I've used this border strip here, this border stamp, which I'm not sure if you can see very clearly, but it's a floral border stamp and it coordinates with this beautiful wreath here. And again, I've coloured them with my pens, and I'll show you this time. This is just ordinary foam tape, and what I did, I cut it into little strips, and then we're going to put one at the top. Now you will have noticed, or you will notice, that this is going to be too wide, but I'll show you how we get around that. Very simple if you haven't seen this trick before. And I'm going to pop one at the bottom. Now it's easier to do it this way than to try and line it up, because if you try and line it up and then cut it, it might be slightly out, and then you've got to stamp the whole thing again. So if you do it slightly bigger in the first place, then all we're going to do is turn it over on the back like this, and I'm going to just cut it like that. And you will get a bit of foam tape, so you'll just have to just pop it off as we go. And we'll just very quickly cut all four of the overhang pieces off like that. So we'll just do that. Hope you can see that. And I'll just turn that round and take that bit off. And where we go? Oh, there we go. I lost the camera there for a minute. And we'll cut that bit off there like that. And we're nearly done. So the only other thing I used, I'll just pop my scissors out the way. So there we have our card. Well, you could use that as finished if you like. You could keep it like that. But from one of the other dies, which I've put away, oh there they are, I cut that little butterfly die on one of the paper. There was some paper that came with the set, and I cut that on a little scrap of paper. And what we're going to do with this one, I think I might just put it up there, but I'm just going to use a bit of glue stick, because it's not very thick paper, it's quite a lightweight card. So I'm just going to put a blob of glue there, just like that. This is my orange glue stick, and if you've joined me before you will have heard me say But the orange glue stick is like a tacky glue, and we'll be doing a little session on glues and what type of glues are what and what they're best for in a little later on in our schedule. So I'm just going to pop that on there, and if you want to, you can grab your ball tool and just use it to hold your butterfly in place and lift the wings a little bit, which is what I'm going to do, I think. And there we have our beautiful card made from our Papercraft Society May box by Katie Skilton. And there we have it. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And in the next video won't be another Papercraft Society, but we will be doing more Papercraft Society videos a little later on. And I'm going to show you a very clever trick on how to make this embossing folder into a temporary cut and emboss, or emboss and cut folder. I think they call it cut and emboss. You can get them with a die already in there, but I'm going to show you a trick on how we can use this as a temporary cut and emboss folder to cut that centre out as the middle completely. So I'll show you that in a future video. So until then, we'll be back again with another video shortly. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and if you have and found it useful, please do consider, if you haven't already, subscribing to this channel and clicking the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, have fun and happy crafting. Bye bye for now.